Okay, y'all. So y'all see what we got today, man. We is into the Ksoo murder trial. So I've been tapped in. I watched some of the trial yesterday, like some of the cross examinations, just the interesting stuff. But today it's about to get real. Supposedly, I've seen a little bit of this. I skipped through this. Well, let me show you. I skipped through the beginning, but I've seen most of it. But old boy finna come out who was apparently the driver in the whole situation, and he's gonna snitch. So let's get right into it.
And from Mr. Robinson. All right.
Yes, sir.
You have any tattoos on your arms?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna skip this
Right, okay.
though, cause I seen
Yes, sir.
basically in the beginning he's just gonna ask him various questions that he knows the answer to, just to get him comfortable. He asked him like, "Do you have tattoos? What does ATK mean? What's such and such name?" He had him name the people, point them out, which it's pretty obvious. He named Queso as that's Queso, but everybody in there know that's him. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the good stuff.
Yes, sir.
How?
Cousins.
Does
Yeah,
Leroy
he was just
Whitaker
saying
have?
how people was related and how and then they had asked him about
Through the internet.
basically asked him about the diss songs and what it means and what are ops and stuff like that. I just want y'all to do when he speaks on the
Get
situation.
everything in motion. Like set something up.
To accomplish what?
Kill McCormick.
See, let's just get this
When you
start
saw
right there.
that photo posted by Charles McCormick, what did you do?
Text Kareem.
Abdul Robinson Jr.
Yeah.
And what was the purpose of texting Kareem?
Let him know that he posted a picture at his house.
He
Charles
basically
McCormick.
testifying that he was the one that found out where dude was at,
And
where he lived.
why did you want to share that information?
Basically so we can ride through and see what was up.
So after you sent that information to Abdul Robinson Jr., what happened?
He's what they call a rat.
They came and picked me up. We went out there to go see.
You can't
Where he
plot. You
posted the
can't be
picture
in it.
Who's they?
You can't plot, be in it, commit the crime, and then snitch. You just can't do
It was
that.
me, Kareem, Hakeem, and Scotty.
Like
So Scotty Leroy Whitaker,
Yes, sir.
Hakeem Robinson,
Yes, sir.
and Kareem Abdul Robinson Jr.
this video is long, so I'm gonna skip because he's
And
gonna be on
when
this stand
they
for
picked
a
you up, do you know what
long
kind of vehicle
time.
they were in?
I
Hold
was
on.
in a camp.
Alright, good.
Do you know whose car that was?
It was Hakeem's car.
Was it a car he owned?
No, sir. It was a rental car.
A rental?
Skip
Yeah.
past this too. I want to get to the good stuff.
Do you recall Abdul Robinson Jr.'s cell phone number that you used to communicate with the
See,
post?
I'm gonna skip all that.
Well, when he got into the vehicle, they was gonna jump out the car, and as soon as he got in his car,
Yeah, here you go.
Do you recall?
Basically, they found his apartment off Instagram from a fake page that he was on. They found out where it was at. Rode through there. This is over like a week. Rode through there. Dude went out of town. They found out when he got back from out of town because they saw his car parked there. So they went and sat on it. They laid on his car until he came outside at like 6 in the morning is when they started. And they were sitting there for hours.
Around what time you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker all got back to Charles McCormick's apartment on January 15th?
See? Then he asked them what time they got back to the
like
apartment.
the sun was just not coming up.
Yep.
So,
Charles
still
McCormick is
Still morning time.
Lil Buck.
When you got back to the apartment complex, was Charles McCormick's car still parked there?
Yes, sir.
Where did you park
This
the
shit
Nissan?
crazy.
Across from his building.
And why were you doing that?
So when he came out, he couldn't see the car.
Let me cut this up.
The car you were in with Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker?
Yeah.
Did Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon park near you?
No, sir.
Do you know where they went?
No, sir.
Could you see where they went?
No, sir.
Now, after you parked, where in the Nissan were Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker sitting?
Still in the back seat.
Both with their rifles?
Yes, sir.
And was there a plan at that point in time for what was going to happen next?
Yes, sir.
And what was that plan?
Well, they were going to ambush him as soon as he got in the vehicle.
All right. So, ambush who?
Charles McCormick.
And when you say ambush, what does that mean?
Like, well, we call it run down.
What does run down mean?
It's ambush.
Okay. If Charles McCormick walked out of his apartment while y'all were sitting right there,
No, sir.
when he walked out, if the plan was to run him down, what would that have involved? What would have happened?
I'll allow him to answer if he knows, otherwise it would be sustained.
Do you know what the plan was for when Charles McCormick walked out?
Yeah.
Right. What was supposed to happen?
Well, when he got into the vehicle, they was going to jump out the car, and as soon as he got in his car, they was going to run him down and shoot him.
Who was?
Scotty and Ksoo.
So both Leroy Whitaker and Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And they both were going to shoot him.
Yeah.
What was your role?
Just to come get him after it was done.
And get him out of there?
Yeah.
Did you all have to wait a long time for Charles McCormick to come out of his apartment that morning?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you remember about how long y'all were waiting?
No.
Was it hours?
It was ours.
While waiting for Charles McCormick to come out of his apartment, did you see Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon again while y'all were waiting?
Yes, sir.
Right. How did that happen?
They pulled up on the side of us to let us know
Abdul
that he had just made an Instagram.
Abdul Robinson, Tarragon, they people who I don't know if they got charged or whatever, but they was in a different vehicle. They was in the vehicle that Ksoo was originally in when he pulled up to get the stolen car, and then Hakeem and Tarragon, they was driving that car.
Post.
That Charles had
We'll
just
be
made?
looking at, yeah.
The guy, Abdul Kareem, that's the dude. He got shot up in the car with Ksoo.
And then to be on the lookout, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Did they then drive back off?
Yeah.
While you were waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, did anything happen that messed up this initial plan of the rundown?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
Christopher Brown pulled up.
That's the other home.
And what did Christopher Brown pull up in?
His baby mother's car.
Did that upset everybody?
Yes, sir.
And why is that?
Because he was messing everything up.
Were you concerned about the vehicle he was in?
Yeah.
All right. And why?
It's a trail. You get back to us.
It could get you caught?
Yeah.
So what did you tell Christopher Brown?
Told him to pull off.
Did he?
Yeah, he pulled off.
Did you stay where you were at?
No.
What did you do?
I tried to go physically tell him, like, get from around.
Okay. And what happened when y'all were doing that?
McCormick came out.
So did you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker miss McCormick when he initially came out?
Yes, sir.
And so what happened next?
Well, I kind of like U-turned behind him just to get a good view of him.
Did Charles McCormick make it to his vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Did he try to leave the
Lil Buck,
apartment
the dude who
complex?
got shot, or the dude who died.
And when you saw that, did you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker, stay at the apartment complex, or did you follow him?
We followed him.
Do you think Charles McCormick saw you?
No, sir.
When you left that apartment complex, do you know where Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon Williams went?
No, sir.
Those two dudes in the other
Did
car.
Chris Brown follow you?
No, sir.
Around the other home.
Did anybody let Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon
But
know that y'all were leaving the apartment
essentially,
complex?
No, sir.
3 niggas that's in the room, him, Ksoo, and the other dude is the 3 people who was in the car at the time. He's telling on the 2 niggas that.
After leaving the apartment complex, did something happen? Shortly after leaving, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
All right, and what was that?
Well, the police had got behind McCormick.
Okay. And did that concern you?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because I kind of felt like they was going to pull me over.
And y'all had a bunch of guns in the car?
Yes, sir.
After the officer pulled behind Charles McCormick, did he stay behind him for very long?
No.
Okay. Where did he go?
Kind of like bust off from behind him.
Did you continue to follow Charles McCormick?
Yes, sir.
Eventually, where did Charles McCormick make it?
To a temp agency
And where was that?
on Mill Road.
Was it like a shopping plaza?
Yes, sir.
And that's in Duval County, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Did you pull into that same shopping plaza?
Yes, sir.
Do you know or remember where in that plaza you parked?
On the side of the building.
Was it close to Express Employment or a little distance away?
It was close.
Did you stay there the entire time?
No, sir.
When you initially got into the plaza, what was the plan?
Still going to be the same thing.
And what does that mean?
An ambush, run. It was going to still do the same thing they was going to do in the apartment complex.
All right. And so when Charles McCormick came out, Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker both were going to ambush him?
Yes, sir.
And then what was your role going to be?
Same thing, just to pick them up when it was done.
Now, when you got to that complex, the shopping plaza, were you concerned about anything?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Police.
Why?
They always at Publix.
There are Publix in the shopping plaza?
Yes, sir.
While y'all were waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, do you know if Hakeem Robinson made contact with anybody?
Yes, sir.
Who?
He made contact with Kareem.
And what was the purpose of that?
To ask him to do a surveillance check.
And could you hear that conversation?
Yes, sir.
And do you know what kind of call that was? If it was a cell call, FaceTime, Instagram, any of those things?
No.
Did Kareem Abdul Robinson Jr. agree to come up there and do surveillance check?
No.
After that conversation, did Hakeem Robinson contact anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Raekwon Howard.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see the counsel on
What
court
is
report
Raekwon
sidebar.
Howard? Now they pulling the sidebar. Oh, I need that screenshot. I ain't gonna lie. I need that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see the counsel.
Shit. That's funny as hell.
On court reporter at sidebar.
I ain't finna do a little sidebar. This is gonna be awkward. 'Cause now it's like... So I think this is funny because look, now he is face to face with the niggas he's snitching on. This is Ksoo, and then the other guy's sitting like damn near right here, right next to him. This is crazy. Look at Ksoo. Bro, he's snitching on them. They all did this together. Like, they supposedly, them two was like childhood friends. That shit crazy. Look, he called the cops over there. Hey, man, if he get up, man, just make sure you get up. You know, make sure you cover me, bro. Looking at it. And this is the lawyers right here having a little conversation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what they was talking about in a second. His ass in there, he in there snitching, bro. Shit crazy.
Charles Nissan Altima, did the plan?
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you. What did Hakeem Robinson tell Raekwon Howard that you heard?
Well, he was telling them that one of his homeboys was slipping. He was finna get killed.
Did he give a name?
No.
Before Charles McCormick came out of the temp agency, did you stay where you were at, or did you relocate that Nissan Altima?
I relocated
Where?
in front of the temp agency.
Where was that in relation to where Charles McCormick had parked his vehicle?
It was like right behind his vehicle.
And what was the purpose of doing that?
Get it closer.
And when you relocated the Nissan Altima, did the plan change or did it stay the same?
It changed up.
Did you change it?
Yeah, I changed it.
And what did you change the plan to be?
Well, I told Hakeem that it'll be better if he did it himself.
And why was that?
It was easier.
Why?
Hakeem is
You
Ksoo.
didn't have to run like all out in the shopping plaza.
Was the Nissan parked close to Charles' vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And what side of Charles McCormick's vehicle was the Nissan's passenger side closest to?
His driver's side.
Did Hakeem go along with the plan?
Yes, sir.
Where was Leroy Whitaker seated in the Nissan when you relocated?
The back seat,
Where about Hakeem Robinson?
front seat,
How did he get to the front seat?
back seat,
Where was
like
Leroy
he was in
Whitaker
the
seated
back.
in the Nissan when you relocated?
back.
What up, Kobe?
Seat,
Where about Hakeem Robinson?
front seat.
How did he get to the front seat?
Jump through the middle console.
When y'all were at that location and were still waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, was there any discussion about what firearm was going to be used?
Well, Hakeem wanted to use my firearm.
Your handgun?
Yeah,
Why?
I have no idea.
Practice easier
Did you
to
let
move
him
than
use your
more
handgun?
reliable.
No,
You didn't want him to use it?
no.
If he'd have used it, what would you have to do with it?
Get rid of it.
Did
I
Hakeem
need
Robinson ever
my
touch
40.
your handgun?
Yeah.
How?
He picked it up. It was like, I'm finna use this. I was
You said-
like, I said, no, you're not.
So what happened when Charles McCormick came out?
He took the
Well,
ARP.
Hakeem jumped out
Jumped out
of the car.
Was that the plan?
No, sir.
All right. How was that different from what the plan was?
Well, I came up with a plan of getting closer to his car so when he get in the car, he could jump out of the passenger seat and shoot him as soon as he got in his vehicle. I could pull off faster.
And did he wait for Charles McCormick to get closer to his vehicle or get into the vehicle?
No.
What happened after Hakeem jumped out of the Nissan?
Shot at him.
Shot at who?
McCormick.
Did McCormick stay there?
No.
What did he do?
Ran.
He ran.
What
What did Hakeem Robinson do?
Chased him.
Chased him.
And then did what?
Killed him.
Did you see that?
No.
Where did they go?
On the side of the building.
But did you see Hakeem chasing him with the rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear shots?
Yes, sir.
And
Shot
after
him on the
those
ground,
shots,
too,
what did you
supposedly.
do?
I went and picked him up.
Picked who up?
Picked Hakeem up.
Where did Hakeem go when you pulled up to pick him up?
Say that again?
When you went to pick Hakeem up, where in the vehicle did he go?
Oh, he got back into the passenger seat.
Then what happened?
I pulled off.
Where'd you go?
Went to like towards the front entrance of the shopping plaza.
Did anything happen on your way out of the shopping plaza?
Yeah.
What was that?
The police got behind us.
What did you think when the police got behind you?
Yo.
What did I think?
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Did you
Facts.
start speeding?
Yes, sir.
Did you drive kind of recklessly?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where you were going?
No, sir.
Do you know which streets you made it to?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Townsend.
What kind of area is Townsend?
It's a residential neighborhood.
Did the officers continue to follow you?
Yes, sir.
At some point, did your car crash?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Boy, wrapped it up.
On Townsend Boulevard.
What was that next?
Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna actually find it off screen so y'all can see.
where you crashed? Was there anything around it?
Houses.
Is that?
Give me 1 second. I want to find this off screen. Y'all can still watch.
Houses.
Houses. Okay. And what did you crash into?
Small tree.
Small tree?
Yeah.
That disabled the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What happened after you crashed?
We all jumped out the car.
Do you recall who got out first?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Hakeem.
And then who?
Scotty.
When Hakeem got out, what did he do?
He ran a different way from us.
All right. What direction was that?
Well, we ran in front of the car. He ran to the right of us.
So across the street in the opposite direction? Did Hakeem take anything with him?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Murder weapon.
Where did you go?
I ran behind Scotty.
Did you take your Glock with you?
No, sir.
Did Scotty, Leroy Whitaker, take his rifle with him?
No, sir.
Where were they?
Still in the car.
Were you able to catch up to Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
And what did the two of you do?
Jumped a lot of fences.
Whitaker left behind, and yourself. Was there any other evidence in that vehicle that you were aware of?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
T-shirts.
Show you what's in evidence. State
There you go.
76. Do you recognize this photograph?
That's the car he wrapped up.
And what car is it?
Nissan Altima.
All right, is that the one that you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker are all in?
Yes, sir.
That tree?
Yes, sir.
State's 87.
Liz.
What are we looking at there?
My Glock 23.
What's next to it?
T-shirt.
And
But how
then
he lead the glizzy, bro?
State's 92. What's in that
I ain't
photo?
gonna lie. I understand why you lead that. You don't want you get caught running with that.
M&P 15.
Whose was that?
Scotty.
And what's in the seat?
T-shirt.
And who do those shirts belong to?
Hakeem and Scotty.
You said that you and Scotty were jumping fences.
Yes, sir.
Show you what's now in evidence as
They got that video of them jumping fences.
State's
And
180.
it's funny when everybody saw this video, they said that ain't Ksoo, and it's not. Ksoo went a different way.
You recognize those two individuals?
Yes, sir.
Who were they?
11 o'clock
It's
in the
me
morning.
and Scotty.
All right. Who got to the fence first?
Scotty.
All right. And then right behind him,
It's me.
who got?
He said he
you
had on
recognize?
black with red shoes. Yeah.
You recognize those two individuals?
Yes, sir.
Who were they?
It's me and Scotty.
All right. Who got to the fence first?
Scotty.
All right. And then right behind him,
It's me.
after you jumped over that fence,
5 years
kept
ago.
running,
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
and where did you
20,
and
this is
Leroy
in
Whitaker meet?
2020.
Made it to a patio,
How do you go? What?
a house.
Back to. Showing you what's in evidence, I believe, a state's
They
110.
moving from the
I
TV
believe. Do
to
you
the
recognize that photograph?
thing
Yes,
without
sir.
showing the jury.
What is that?
Patio.
Is that the patio of the home that you and Leroy Whitaker made it to?
Yes, sir.
When you got to that location, what did the two of you do?
Well, I opened it, walked into it.
And the next exhibit, which is, I believe, states 114? Or 115, sorry. Do you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
It's a bat sliding door.
Like, was it
Back
just
sliding
open
door.
or what?
Backsliding door to that house.
Yes, sir.
Did you and Leroy Whitaker enter that home?
Yes, sir.
Did you have permission to enter the home?
No, sir.
Why were
Yeah,
you
no.
and Leroy Whitaker going into that house at that time?
Get away from the police.
So they looking for you?
Yes, sir.
Both of you?
Yes, sir.
As well as Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
At the time you and Leroy Whitaker entered that home, did either of you know who lived there?
No, sir.
Did either of you have permission to be in there?
No, sir.
Did you even know if anyone was home before you went into that house?
No, sir.
Could have got shot
Once
going
you
in
made
that
it
one.
into that house, where did the two of you go?
We went to the first room we seen.
And where in the house was that,
Um,
if you remember?
I can't remember.
What kind of room was it?
Looked like a guest room.
So some sort of bedroom?
Yeah.
Now, what was the purpose of you and Leroy Whitaker going into that room?
To hide.
So what did you do when you made it into the room?
I got into the closet.
What did Leroy Whitaker do?
Got out of the bed.
We kind of like stood. I was telling them to get under the bed.
Did he?
No.
What did he do?
Tried to get in the closet with me.
What happened
Them boys was
while the
scared.
two of you were in that bedroom?
The lady came.
And how did you see the lady?
Well, she opened the door.
What happened after she opened the door?
She seen us. Well, she seen me in the closet, and she seen Scotty standing outside the closet.
Did she say anything to the two of you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What'd she
yeah.
tell you?
She was
Get the
like,
fuck outta
y'all
here.
gotta get out of my house.
Were you or Leroy Whitaker going to leave the house at that point in time?
No.
Could you go outside safely?
No.
Why?
Police.
What did this lady do next after she saw y'all, told you to get out?
Escorting us to the door, to the front door.
She opened the front door?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
She screamed. She screamed for help.
And after she
Damn.
screamed for help, what happened?
Pulled her back into the house.
Who did?
Ain't had no choice then.
All right. And did Leroy Whitaker help you pull her in?
Yes, sir.
Had
And
to
then
at that
once she
point.
was pulled back inside her house, what happened?
Well, I kind of like took her to the ground.
Okay. Did you do something to
You
her when
had
she was
to.
on the ground?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do?
Choked her.
Say that again?
Choked her.
Put your hands on her throat?
Yes, sir.
And what were you trying to do?
Really just trying to scare her.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
After you were choking her, did Leroy Whitaker say anything to you?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
He asked me, did I want to kill her?
What'd you say?
Said, yeah.
Did you want to kill her?
No.
And why'd you say that?
Just so she can cooperate.
Did she cooperate with both of you?
Yes, sir.
Damn right.
What'd you make her
worked.
do?
Made her get on the couch.
Did you take anything from her?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Or
Took
phone.
her phone.
And why'd you do that?
But she couldn't call the police.
Did you have a cell phone with you?
Yes, sir.
Was it working?
Yes, sir.
Was it on?
No, it was dead.
What about Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, he had a phone.
How were you and Leroy
How
Whitaker
these
planning
niggas
on
commit
trying to
these
get
crimes
away?
with phones?
Well, call and ask for help.
I couldn't hear you.
Call and ask for help.
So who would have been calling?
Say that again.
Who was calling for help?
Scotty.
Do you know who he called?
Well, the first person he called was Kareem.
He call anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Called Blue.
Did someone eventually show up?
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
Blue.
You know how he knew?
So Blue is Ksoo's dad. Ksoo's dad is supposedly gonna testify as well.
Where to find you?
Yes, sir.
How?
Scotty dropped the pin.
What's a pin?
Location.
Prior to Abdul Robinson Sr., Blue showing up, did you and Leroy Whitaker take anything else from the house?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Clothes.
Did you have permission to take the clothes?
No, sir.
Did you and Leroy Whitaker both change your clothes?
Yes, sir.
And why were you doing that?
Changed the description.
Were you still worried about the police?
Yes, sir.
Hey, cross exam is gonna be crazy.
While you were waiting, what was Miss Buckley
This gonna
doing?
be long though, so
She was sitting on the couch.
he understand for like 3 hours. So I'm not gonna do this whole thing.
To my knowledge, it looked like she was
I'm gonna
falling
watch the
asleep.
whole thing, but
And then shortly after that, did someone arrive?
Yes, sir.
And again, who was that?
Blue.
And what was Blue Abdul Robinson Sr. driving?
Challenger.
You remember the color?
It's like orange is red. Dark orange red.
Did both you and Leroy Whitaker leave the home and get into that car?
Yes, sir.
What about the clothes that you changed out of? Where were they?
Pajamas.
The clothing that you wore that we just saw in that video,
Yes, sir.
where you entered the home, what happened to those clothes?
We kept them.
You didn't leave them behind?
No.
fuck no.
Did you also still have Miss Buckley's phone?
Yes, sir.
When you got into the vehicle with Abdul Robinson Sr., was he the only person in that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And did he then drive both you and Leroy Whitaker away?
Yes, sir.
Were there police still in the area?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell Abdul Robinson Sr.
I knew
about
that
what
was
happened?
coming.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So
man.
he became fully aware of everything that had took place.
Yes, sir.
Before telling him that, when you got in the car, did Abdul Robinson Sr., did he ask any questions of you?
Yes, sir.
What did he want to know?
What the
Yes.
hell y'all doing?
Sustained.
Where did you go? Where did Abdul Robinson Sr. take you?
He took me to Grand Park.
Where in Grant Park?
Took me to Zay House.
Who was they?
Xavier Floyd,
Is he a friend
a friend
of who?
of Blue.
And what was the purpose of going to that home?
Switch cars.
Did y'all switch cars?
Yes, sir.
What car did y'all switch into?
We switched from the Challenger to Impala.
Whose car was that?
A Carina.
Who's that?
That's Hakeem and Abdul's sister.
And then after y'all got into that Impala, where did you go?
We went to Blue House in Ocean Way.
When you first got to Abdul Robinson Sr.'s home in Ocean Way, was anyone else there that you remember?
Not that I know of.
Before you left, did you see anyone else? Did anybody show up?
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
Abdul and Hakeem showed up.
Did you change clothes?
Yes, sir.
This nigga telling it like it is. That shit crazy.
How did you get new clothes?
Kareem gave us new clothes.
Did he have clothes at that home?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask Hakeem Robinson anything about what happened?
Yeah, I asked him, like, where he ran to.
And what did he tell you?
Told me he made it to some apartments.
Do you know what happened to the firearm?
He told me he threw it in the creek.
Do you know how he got away from the apartment complex that he made it to?
Yes, sir.
What did he tell you?
That Natalie came and got him.
While you were still at Abdul Robinson Sr.'s home, did you see anything or hear anything that
Natalie
spooked you a little
testified.
bit?
Hold on. Natalie testified too. That was the girl who picked up Ksoo.
Yeah, we watched the news.
What'd you see on the news?
Seen a video of me and Scotty jumping the gate.
That was that fast?
Seen a video of
Robinson Sr.'s home, did you see anything or hear anything that kind of spooked you a little bit?
Yeah, we watched the news.
What'd you see on the news?
Seen a video of me and Scotty jumping the gate.
Did you eventually make it back to your apartment?
Yes, sir.
Was Gennaro there when you got there?
Yes, sir.
That evening, January 15, 2020, did you and Gennaro leave your apartment?
Yes, sir.
And while y'all had left your apartment, did you get pulled over?
Yes, sir.
And is that when you were detained?
Yes, sir.
And Gennaro as well?
Yes, sir.
And were you taken to the police station?
Yes, sir.
Damn,
And
for
while
what?
you were at the police station, did law enforcement attempt to interview you?
Yes, sir.
Never do got caught the
is that-
same day.
And while y'all had left your apartment, did you get pulled over? Back to your apartment.
Yes, sir.
Was Gennaro there when you got there?
Yes, sir.
That evening, January 15, 2020, did you and Gennaro leave your apartment?
Yes, sir.
And while y'all had left your apartment, did you get pulled over?
Yes, sir.
And is that when you were detained?
Yes, sir.
And Janera as well?
Yes, sir.
And were you taken to the police station?
Yes, sir.
And while you were at the police station, did law enforcement attempt to interview you?
Yes, sir.
Now, during that interview, were you 100% completely truthful with them about everything that you had done,
No, sir.
about who you were with?
No, sir.
Did you even tell them who you were with?
No, sir.
Did you also, in that interview, deny touching or taking anything from Miss Buckley?
Yes, sir.
How did they know it was him though?
Were you still arrested?
Yes, sir.
And that was for the burglary
Yeah, home invasion.
of Miss Buckley's home.
Yes, sir.
After you were arrested, was DNA also taken from you?
Not in the interview.
Right, but by
Later on, yeah.
did photographs get taken of you?
Yes, sir.
How did he get caught the same day?
And were those photographs of the tattoos of your arms?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I have no further questions.
All right, just a moment.
Please come with cross-examination.
All right, I think we're going to take a recess now since we've been going over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes. And so I'll ask that you leave your notepads behind, ladies and gentlemen.
If I'm going to recess, I'm finna go to the bathroom right quick.
Have a
Back
step
to
into
it.
the jury rooms, your respective jury rooms for a bio break. We'll bring you out here shortly. Senior then that test
pled and is part
and raise something.
See what they talking about.
Abdul Robinson Sr. is also charged in that homicide. He is also pled and is part of his cooperation agreement as well. Factually, Abdul Robinson Sr. has pled guilty and was charged with accessory after the fact. However, according to Mr. Barner's claim is that Abdul Robinson Sr. is the one that told him to get involved in the homicide, that he was going to pay him as much as at least $10,000, maybe up to $50,000. Hence my comment and opening statement that Mr. Barner is a paid-for assassin. And so I'm happy to proffer those. I do think it's fair game based on his cooperation.
All right, is there an objection by the state to that testimony? Okay, and what's the objection?
We filed a motion in limine to prohibit that testimony and questioning, specifically trying to get out the facts, specific facts and details of the other murder, and potentially trying to impeach either Barner or Blue on collateral matters. That was one of the issues that we brought up and
Do you expect the testimony to be any more than what you've just advised me? Because here's the thing, if it is evidence, and of course when I took it under advisement on the motion in limine, about any favorable treatment that Senior is receiving, that is fair game. That is charges that he could have been charged with but wasn't, or other favorable treatment in that charge for which he is facing accessory after the fact instead of some higher offense. You would agree that goes to bias and that is admissible? All right. And is that the purpose of you wanting to get that information out from Dominique Barner?
Yes, along with the fact that what I think is different than any other witness who might be facing federal criminal charges, like say for narcotics, this particular crime is part of the plea agreement that both of these witnesses, Abdul Robinson Sr. as well as Barner, are going to be testifying pursuant to. And so therefore, I think everything encompassed within that plea agreement, along with basic facts of the case, is relevant towards understanding what kind of agreement they got, what his particular involvement was.
So that's what I'm trying to understand. And yes, I agree. Anything?
There he is. Might need another screenshot of that. I ain't gonna hold you. That's two people he snitching on. Them two right there. It should be cross-exam.
Ladies and gentlemen, attorney for Mr. Whitaker for cross-examination.
And she's the attorney for other dude, not Ksoo. Ksoo attorney is the one who be on
Just
ass.
letting everyone get settled, Your Honor.
Yes, I agree. You may.
Sir, I'm going to beg you to put that microphone right in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Correct?
You may.
Mr. Barner, big day for you, sir. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, I'm going to beg you to put that microphone right in your face. I don't want to make you have to repeat anything. So we understand you are currently 31 years old, correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
They
And
finna
you have a
start
child
off with
that's
like
15 or 16 now?
She's 16.
Okay. Back
they finna start off with some little lead up shit, man.
on January 15th of 2020, you would have been 26 years old, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On that same day, Leroy Whitaker was barely 19 years old, right?
Right.
Okay. And Hakeem Robinson was 21 years old, right?
Right.
And the closest one to your age would have been Abdul Jr., who was 23 years old, correct?
No.
Abdul Jr. isn't
Born
23
in
years old?
94, so you wouldn't have been 23.
How old do you think he was?
Yeah, a year younger than me, so
You think he was 25?
I don't think I know.
Okay. Back in 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fair enough. And the first time you ever even met Leroy Whitaker, you were 23, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Leroy was still in high school, right?
Right. Correct.
And you met Leroy through a very good friend of yours at the time, Mark Clayton, right?
Right.
Okay. And he's somebody that you ended up testifying against, right?
No.
You never testified against Mark Clayton?
No. Not.
You were just willing to,
Yeah.
and the case worked out
Right.
before you ever had to come
That's what I
into
was looking for
court
earlier.
and testify.
Right.
But you were more than willing to testify against your friend, Mark Clayton, right?
Correct.
And that provided a benefit for you, did it not?
Correct.
You got out of jail faster, didn't you?
Correct.
Okay. What year did you do that?
2017.
Okay.
Damn.
So before
he
you
snitched
even
before.
met Leroy Whitaker, you had your first cooperation under your belt, right?
Oh, it was after I met him.
I think it was after you met him,
Yeah.
because you met Leroy when you were 23 and he was still in high school, right?
Right.
Okay. But you think that was before 2017?
It was 2017.
Okay. Okay. You didn't particularly have anything in common with Leroy Whitaker besides the fact you knew similar people, correct?
Say that again.
You didn't have anything in common with Leroy Whitaker when you
What do
first
mean?
met
He
him,
a
did
black
you?
man living in Jacksonville.
Nah.
I mean, basically, you were very good friends with Abdul Jr., correct?
Correct.
Who was the cousin of 17-year-old Leroy Whitaker, correct?
I wouldn't say that they're cousins.
Okay, you don't know that Abdul Jr. Robinson is the cousin of Leroy Whitaker?
Never heard that.
Okay. How about Hakeem Robinson?
Yeah.
You do know that he's cousins with Hakeem Robinson.
Correct.
And you know that Hakeem Robinson and Abdul Robinson Jr. are brothers.
Correct.
Okay. You guys, you and Mr. Whitaker never ate a meal together, did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
When you first met Leroy Whitaker, you ate a meal together? You spent time together like that?
I wouldn't say we ate a meal together, but
Well, the fact is,
frequently.
you have testified before. You've never eaten a meal with him, right? I'm sorry?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Have you eaten a meal with Leroy Whitaker?
The fuck does
Yes
that
or
have to do
no?
with anything?
Yes.
Okay. When?
I don't know when.
Okay.
I don't count.
Okay. Is it your testimony you ate multiple meals with him?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember giving a deposition, sir?
I took a lot of depositions.
You sure did. Your first deposition was on November 15th of 2023. Do you remember that? That deposition?
Referring to which case?
This case. We'll get to the other cases
Okay,
you've
okay.
testified in.
Okay.
Just talking about this case right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? On November 15th of 2023, do you remember giving a deposition in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your second deposition on April 10th of 2024. Do you remember giving a deposition on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And then your final deposition on May 17th of 2024. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And for the court and counsel, I'm going to be in the second deposition of April 10th of 2024 on page 162. I'm so sorry, I'm in the wrong deposition. Hang on. And I apologize, it's actually further down. It's 163 going into 164.
You're not as sharp as the other attorney. The other attorney is sharp. Ksoo is sharp.
Okay, question. I'm sorry, counsel. I am on page 165, and it's line 16. Question. Do you remember this, sir? Did you ever sit down and watch a movie
ain't
with
sharp.
him? Can you think of a meal you ever sat down and ate with him? Answer, no. If I have, I don't remember. So is your testimony today, oh, you guys had lots of meals together?
You said what meal? You didn't say, have I had a meal with him? So the question is kind of different to me.
Okay, the question you were asked back in, and again, I'm on the second deposition of April 10th of 2024. Question, did you ever sit down and watch a movie with him? And again, we were talking about Leroy Whitaker. Can you think of a meal you ever sat down and ate with him? Answer, no. If I have, I don't remember. Do you remember making that statement, sir?
I don't recall.
Okay. And so, what's your official testimony today here? Have you eaten a meal with Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But you don't remember any details of it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say what meal it was.
Okay. You did have a strong bond with Mr. Mark Clayton, though, correct?
Correct.
In boys' defense, that meal ain't got shit to do with this case.
And from
It ain't got shit to do with everything he just said about.
January to May of 2018, you actually left Jacksonville and lived in the Las Vegas area, correct?
Correct.
And during that entire time period, you did not have any conversations with Leroy Whitaker, correct?
No.
Okay. Now, you've been in jail since January 15th of 2020. I think you were technically booked on the 16th, but they picked you up in the very late hours of January 15th, correct?
Correct.
How do they know?
And they brought you in to be interviewed, and that was your opportunity to talk to him or not talk to him, right?
Right.
And you decided to talk to him, correct?
Correct.
And when they were questioning you specifically about Miss Buckley, and they told you that she identified you, right?
They didn't tell me it was her. I don't remember them saying her name.
But they told you that you had been
I've
identified?
been, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And that's because you have a pretty distinctive tattoo, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind? Roll up your right arm. It's the 1993 is on your right arm, right?
Right. No, it's on my left arm.
Oh, and your left arm. Will you please show us? It's still there, right?
Yeah.
And so you've got it in large numbers?
So you know what? I think this is just my guess. They put his tattoo in the system, which is already in the system, and then they brought up faces with people with that tattoo since he was already in the system.
And
Must be
you
how they
weren't
found it.
forthcoming with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office that night, were you?
Not completely. No.
Well, yeah, you actually lied to him, didn't you?
Correct.
I mean, it was an intentional lie, right?
Correct.
Told him specifically you never touched Miss Buckley, correct?
Correct.
Told him specifically you never took anything, correct?
Correct.
Told him specifically you didn't know how you got picked up. You didn't know who picked you up, right?
Correct.
So on January 15th, you were willing to lie because it was convenient, correct?
Correct.
I mean, you didn't want to tell him all the details of supposedly what you'd done, right?
No, ma'am.
Because you certainly weren't ready to cooperate yet, right?
No, ma'am.
Fast forward to August of 2020. You had remained in jail, right?
Correct.
Now, by this time, you've been formally charged with not one, but two full homicides, correct?
Correct.
And this second homicide dealt with the death of Damon Rothermel, right?
Correct.
Now, Mr. Rothermel was not known to you, correct?
No, ma'am.
He ended up being an innocent bystander whom was shot during a drive-by shooting on another target, right?
Correct.
And you were formally charged with that homicide, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
As was your very best friend in the world, Chris Brown,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Chris Brown, who you've known since you were 9 years old, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And your friend Derek Hudson, also charged, right?
Correct.
And the actual target's name was P Money, right? That's his nickname?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you searched P Money out, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you were gonna get paid to kill him, right?
Correct.
You didn't know exactly how much, but you knew it was gonna be at least 10,000, maybe as much as 50, right?
Correct.
And that was exciting, was it not?
I wanted to say exciting, but
Well, you and Abdul Robinson Sr. was gonna put up money for that, right?
say that again.
Abdul Robinson Sr., who's also charged in that homicide, right?
Yeah.
He was the one that was going to maybe as much as 50, right? Out, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you were going to get paid to kill him, right?
Correct.
You didn't know exactly how much, but you knew it was going to be at least 10,000, maybe as much as 50, right?
Correct.
And that was exciting, was it not?
I wanted to say exciting, but
Well, you and Abdul Robinson Sr. was going to put up money for that, right?
say that again.
Abdul Robinson Sr., who's also charged in that homicide, right?
Yeah.
He was the one that was going to give you the money, right?
Correct.
He's the one that put you up to it, right?
Well, no.
I'm sorry?
No, he didn't put me up to that exact.
Okay. You just knew he was willing to pay you money
Yeah.
for P Money to die.
Well, really, like, not specifically, but yeah.
Okay. In August of 2020, you're charged with 2 separate murders, a home invasion burglary, home invasion robbery, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. And you knew that either one of those murders could get you life imprisonment, right?
Right.
And more than that, you were charged with second-degree murder, right? And that's what you've entered pleas to, correct?
Right.
And you know that second-degree murder, under the laws of Florida, can be sentenced up to life imprisonment. No mandatory, but a judge certainly can impose that, right?
Right.
It gets different with first-degree murder, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were fully aware of that difference, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that difference is that for first-degree murder, when you think about it, when you premeditate it, there's only one sentence, and that is you will spend the rest of your life in prison, mandatory life. So you knew that both of those murders, if you didn't come to some kind of deal, were going to go to first-degree murder, right?
Right.
So you were staring down, not one, but two mandatory life sentences.
I don't
Question.
think you're doing that good.
They allowed you not to plead to first-degree murder. They were in state prison, right?
Right.
Burglary with an assaulter.
I'm just
And
going
Elon.
a little bit more.
Then it's
And
killed,
we're going to go
correct?
to case.
Charges or past charges, right?
Right.
And then you can literally click on the case number and look at potentially police reports and pleadings, dispositions. Is that Leroy Whitaker and Abdul Robinson Jr. and Hakeem Robinson just show up at your house, right? We're about to pull up, right? Charles McCormick lives there, and let's figure out where he specifically took this photo, right?
Right.
And your claim is that during that entire car ride, there and back, not one word is spoken by anyone in the car about killing Charles McCormick, right?
Yeah, not that day.
Okay. Your testimony has always been it was just understood, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you figure that there must have been prior occasions, maybe, between Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker and Abdul Robinson Jr. You just weren't a part of them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you do remember having a full conversation with Chris Brown about Charles McCormick dying, right?
Right.
You and Charles, on, I guess, the early morning hours of January 15th, maybe even the late night hours of the 14th, you and Chris Brown decide we're going to go out to McCormick's apartment complex, right?
Right.
Go to case.
I don't know.
According
who's
to
getting the
you,
big
sir, before you get to McCormick's apartment on the day of the murder, Leroy Whitaker, no specific words had come out of his mouth,
Like this,
Caused
talking
you
about
to go-
nothing. This is who we want.
right?
I understood it.
You have empathy.
Thank you.
This is who we
Are you
want.
prepared to do cross, or do we need a recess? Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and move forward then with cross for Mr. Robinson.
This we getting the big bucks. Queso lawyer.
And just for scheduling purposes and for the jury's benefit, this is our last witness for the day. So, just to let you all know.
May it please the court?
Yes.
Judge. Mr. Barner, I want to start by talking about how it is that you have ended up in this courtroom testifying for the state of Florida, okay? I'm going to go over some stuff that Ms. Schlacks went over already, but I might go into some further detail about it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as you sit here right now, you have been in jail for over 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
That's because you were incarcerated since January 15th of 2020, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the day that you helped execute Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
And the only reason Charles McCormick was murdered was because of you, right?
And other people.
Well, let's break that down. You did not like the lyrics of the song that he put out, right?
Right.
You saw the post on his Instagram account, right?
Right.
You
she
decided you wanted to kill him, right?
Right.
You started this, right?
I want to say I started it.
Well, it started with your irritation with his song lyrics, did it not?
It irritated everybody.
Okay, I'm not talking
Exactly.
about everybody else, I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
It irritated you.
Correct.
That caused you to go on Instagram, right?
Right.
But she
And
don't-
now you sit here in front of
I
this
mean, she
jury,
doing her job, but basically what he trying to say is that's what they all do. He
and
not,
you
I guess
have
he not
a
gonna say.
deal from the state
What, man? Oh,
of Florida, right?
Right.
And as part of that deal is you have to sit here in front of these juries and say that Hakeem Robinson was the shooter, right?
Correct.
Now, you would agree with me that when you make an agreement with someone and you get a benefit or a discount, like, you know, a price cut in half,
Let's
that's
see what
something we
she
call a
got.
deal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're getting a good deal, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
A sweet deal from the state of Florida, right?
I want to say sweet deal.
Well, let's go through that. Because you're not only getting a deal on the murder of Charles McCormick, right?
Correct.
There is another case in which you're getting a deal on, right?
Right.
Charles McCormick is not the first person you have tried to kill, right?
Correct.
How old are you again now?
31.
So at the time when this took place 5 years ago, you were in your mid-20s, right?
Right.
And you had 2 dead bodies under your belt that we know of, right?
Correct.
Now, the person you killed was Mr. Rothamel, right?
I didn't kill Mr. Rothermill.
Okay. You and Chris Brown, right,
Correct.
went out to try and kill P Money, right?
Right.
And the reason why you tried to kill P Money was it was the belief of Blue that P Money was the one behind the Willie Addison murder, right?
Correct.
That's who they believe did it, right? And so you were going out there. Mr. Rothamel was not the target, was he?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I gotta ask, how does the attorney know this? Case
So
tell her?
you go out with Chris Brown, right,
Right.
to hunt down P Money, right?
Correct.
At the behest of Abdul Sr., right?
No.
He wanted him dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he provided you with the car to commit that murder, right?
Right.
He provided you with the firearm to commit that murder, right?
Right.
Okay, so he gave you everything you needed to kill P Money. But he made sure he wasn't there, right?
Right.
Has you doing his dirty work for him, right?
Yeah.
And you had no problem doing that.
No.
Now, there was a shootout, right?
Right.
And you got shot. Yes?
Yeah.
But in that shootout, an innocent bystander on a bicycle died, right?
I will say this, man. He just told on his homies day one. I don't know, he don't really, the other dude, whatever. Queso supposedly is day one. He just told on his day one. I don't think anything else he's gonna say is a lie.
Right.
P Money didn't
Unless he's defending himself. But
die.
No.
I think he's gonna tell the
And
truth.
you even said, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're blaming the victim because of what you did, right?
I didn't blame him.
Okay, you didn't blame him being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Seems as if you're like, well, his fault. He shouldn't have been there, right?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Exactly. She don't understand the street.
Now, isn't it true that you are willing to hurt people as long as someone is willing to pay?
Back then, yes.
Okay, and we are talking about that back then,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? And whether that's by a promise of money or a promise of freedom. If you're getting a benefit, you're okay with hurting other people back then, Because you're a changed man now, right?
Right.
So I want to delve into the details of this deal you made. So, and Ms. Sachs went over this, and I think she did a great job. Because in Florida, right,
Right.
what you did in that other case was first-degree premeditated murder, correct?
Correct.
We're talking about the Rothamel case, right?
Right.
The evidence they had against you and what you did qualified as first-degree premeditated murder, right?
Right.
And if Blue had given you, like you've testified on the oath today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You say you're telling us the truth, right?
Right.
And then if he had provided you with the tools that you needed to kill P Money, he should also have been charged with first-degree murder, right?
I want to say that.
Well, you understand the laws of principle, right?
Right.
Because in the Charles McCormick case, you didn't pull the trigger, right?
Right.
But you were charged as a principal.
Correct.
So, because you drove them to the scene, right?
Right.
Because you knew what was going to happen, right?
Right.
You are just as responsible as everybody else, right?
Right.
So if Blue gives you the car to kill P Money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Gives you the gun to kill P Money, right?
Right.
He's done something to assist you, right?
Right.
And knew what was going to happen, right?
He didn't know what was going to happen.
Also, your testimony today is that Blue had no idea.
That day, he didn't.
Oh, the day, but he did know that that is what that's what your
Yeah,
intentions were.
Yeah, we was, yeah.
Right,
We
and
had intentions, but that day he didn't know.
okay, but you don't need to know that day. As long as he knows that's what you're going to do and he gives you the tools to do it, that's enough, right?
Right.
Okay. So if Blue comes in here now going, I never gave him the guns and the car, he's lying, isn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And of course, if he doesn't know, then he can just be arrested for accessory after the fact. Right?
Right.
Because that's actually what he was accused in the case that you have with Rothamel, right?
Right.
So, as we discussed before, first-degree premeditated murder, you take a plea to that or you are found guilty, there is no discretion. You will die in prison, right?
Right.
You're not going to leave that prison cell unless it's in a pine box, right?
Right.
Because in Florida, we don't have parole. Life is life. Now, what they did for you in that case is they allowed you not to plead to first-degree murder. They reduced the charges for you, right?
Correct.
Okay. They reduced it down to second-degree murder, right?
Right.
Now, even though that's all they charged you with, that's not all you're guilty of, are you?
No, ma'am.
Because you were in possession of a firearm, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to have firearms, are you?
No, ma'am.
You could have been charged with possession of a firearm by someone that was adjudicated delinquent, right?
Correct.
And what does that carry with it?
5 years.
No, 15 years in state prison.
Oh.
Okay. And the possession of the firearm alone carries a 3-year minimum mandatory under that charge, right?
Right.
But now in Rothamel, you fired your firearm, right?
No, ma'am.
Oh, you didn't. You just got shot.
Yes, ma'am.
But you had a gun with you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you're saying you didn't shoot the gun.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't shoot no gun.
Because if you had been accused or they believed you shot the gun, now you have an additional 25-year minimum mandatory, right?
Right.
So you got a full free pass on the possession of the gun, right? In fact, you have none of that. In none of your plea or any charges, you're not in any way charged with possession of a firearm by someone adjudicated delinquent. You don't have those charges, right?
No.
And you possessed a firearm in Charles McCormick,
Yes, ma'am.
and you had a gun in the other one. So they just gave you a free full pass on that.
Well, I didn't have a gun in the Rothamel case.
You did when Blue handed you the gun. Did he put it in your hand?
No.
You never touched a gun.
He gave it to me, but he didn't hand it directly to me.
What did he do? He put it on the floor and then you picked it up?
No, it was in the car. The car that
Okay.
he
Did
gave.
you ever touch it or you never touched it?
Yeah, I touched it.
Okay. Even if you touch it, that's actual possession, which means you get the 3-year minimum mandatory, right?
Right.
And even if you're just around it, convicted people can't be around firearms, right?
Right.
So
She a little smarter.
now, so we've got those 2 cases that are covered by your plea agreement, which don't encompass all the charges that they just chose not to charge you with. You also have the burglary with an assault or battery, right?
Right.
And you were facing life on that.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's because burglary with an assault or battery is a first-degree felony, what we call a PBL. You know what PBL means, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean?
Punishable by life.
And now, even though you were charged, you were also charged with home invasion robbery, right?
Right.
But that was for the exact same thing. The burglary with assault or battery kind of is like the same thing as home invasion robbery, right?
Right.
So they wouldn't have been able to prove that anyway. Right? So they changed the charge to burglary with assault or battery for you to plead to. You pled guilty to burglary with assault or battery, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, you're charged with that because you went into Barbara Buckley's home without her permission, right?
Right.
You terrorized her, didn't you?
Right.
You put your hands around her throat, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you choked her in her own home.
Yes, ma'am.
We know that you applied at least some force and pressure because you were able to leave your skin cells on her neck for the DNA. Right?
Oh, damn.
Right.
She asked you to leave. She even said that, you guys, get out of my house.
That's how they
Right?
found dude.
Correct.
You didn't follow that instruction. Instead, you tried to scare her into thinking you might kill her if she didn't comply. Right?
Correct.
You can imagine how terrifying that must have been for her. Right?
Right.
But you just wanted to get away. So your plea agreement covers the 3 separate cases, the cases they know about as you sit here today under the state subpoena. You have immunity from anything you testify to in here today, right?
Can you explain that?
I will. So Florida statute says that any time that the state issues a subpoena for someone to come to court, within that subpoena is automatic immunity, okay? So that anything you say here can't be used later to prosecute you for something, right?
Right.
So if you were to commit perjury in front of these juries right now, you're getting a free pass on that, right?
Okay, let me see counsel and court reporter at sidebar.
So
I'm sorry,
the,
you may proceed.
thank you.
My bad, I had it muted. So if y'all don't understand, she basically just asked him if he lied on the stand, will he get a free pass since he got a free pass on all those other things. It's a crazy
Okay,
question.
so now Mr. Barna, going back. So in the shooting with the Mr. Rothamel, right? In that case, they allowed you to plead to second-degree murder, right? They also,
I'm sorry, I need y'all to be quiet when you're coming into the courtroom. Thank you. Why don't you just wait, Ms. Kawasa, while everyone gets seated so that we don't have any further distractions.
no problem, Judge.
All right, you may proceed. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Judge. Okay. So in this case too as well with Charles McCormick, right? They're doing the same thing for you as well. You're not pleading to first-degree murder. Well, you've already pled, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You already entered into a written plea agreement, a contract with the state, right?
Right.
And that case, they've also agreed to reduce that to second-degree murder, right?
Right.
Even though we know you committed a first-degree murder.
What's up, Kobe?
McCormick, right? They're doing the same thing for you as well. You're not pleading to first-degree murder. Well, you've already pled, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You already entered into a written plea agreement, a contract with the state, right?
Right.
And that case, they've also agreed to reduce that to second-degree murder, right?
Right.
Even though we know you committed a first-degree murder, right?
Right.
Now, as we discussed before, as Ms. Schlax brought out, the bottom of your guidelines, what that means is that if you were to plead to second-degree murder, it's no longer life. Your guidelines are 41 months in state prison, right? Minus what you've already done.
41 years.
Oh, did I say months? You're right. 41 years in state prison, right?
Right.
But they're going even a step further for 2 dead bodies, right? They, if you satisfy them, right, will come to court at your sentencing and make a recommendation to Judge Salvador to sentence you to 20, right?
Right.
Now, you've already done 5, right?
Correct.
But you also get gain time, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because there's no minimum mandatory, right?
Right.
So you don't do every single day of 20 years. You get 2 to 3 months off for each year you do, right?
Right.
You have any probation after that?
Not that I know of.
You didn't plead to any probation?
I wouldn't know that.
You would. It's in your plea agreement.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain the objection.
So there's a possibility that you could get 20 and the court could incorporate something more, right?
Right.
Now, without their recommendation, though, it doesn't even open the door for Judge Salvador to even think about giving you 20 years, right? Yes?
Say that again.
Unless they give a good recommendation and they say, Your Honor, we believe that you should go below the bottom of the guidelines. The state is satisfied that he has met the criteria of a cooperating witness. If they don't recommend that, right, you need their help to make that recommendation. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it's interesting because your case is in front of Judge Salvador, right?
Right.
So you got to push on a show today, don't you? She's the judge that's going to sentence you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the people who are, I just want to make it clear, who you provided information against in.
I'm gonna say this. If I was him, I would have said, I'd have played it like, I don't know. I'm cooked either way. You know what I'm saying? She trying to explain to him what's going on. I don't know. So you got to do this for that. You know, judge such she gonna sentence you. How do I know she gonna be here to sentence me? She might be sick. Like, I don't know. But hey, he just doing what he facing life in prison. So.
The David Rothamel case, right?
Right.
Because it was because of you that everybody ended up getting arrested, right?
Right.
You kind of came in and goes, I'm going to solve that mystery for you guys, right?
Right.
And you threw Abdul Sr. in there, right?
Right.
Because of you, he was charged with that, right?
Right.
You also threw Derek Hudson in there, right?
Right.
You also threw in Chris Brown, right?
Right.
Now, how old is Chris Brown?
He's 31.
Your age, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you're 5'7"?
Yes, ma'am.
He's taller than you, isn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He's about 5'10", 5'11"?
I want to know the exact height.
But he's taller than you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He also had twisties and dreads in his hair, didn't he? Before he got arrested after you told on him?
I want to know.
You don't remember? You don't remember what his hair was like even though he was there on the day of the murder of Charles McCormick?
You said when he got locked up.
Okay, well, when he got locked up, he had dreads, right?
I wouldn't know.
Okay. But at the time, he did have hair on his head. He couldn't have been bald.
Yeah, he had hair on his head.
He had hair on his head, right? And he's skinny, right?
He's slim. Yeah.
He's slim. All right. Now, those aren't the only people. You also decided to throw your girlfriend under the bus, right?
Yeah.
Janera Smith, the girl you were living with, right?
Right.
You decided to say, guess what? She was involved in that case with me too, right?
Right.
Now, we're going to get more into the issue with Janera Smith in a moment. I want to talk about the Jermaine Dubose situation. Okay, hold on one second. I got to over all of that.
That boy got a lot of shit going on.
Now, I know that the state and you have been keep saying that, you haven't been promised anything, right?
Right.
But if you testify that it was not Hakeem Robinson that was the shooter, you don't get the deal. If you say it was someone else, you don't get a deal, right?
Right.
And I know you said it previously with Ms. Schlax, that you're saying, well, I have to tell the truth, right?
Right.
That's what I'm going to tell the truth here today, right?
Right.
But let's talk about what the truth actually means to you, okay? I'm going to talk about the history of the times that you have lied and that they know about it, okay?
Okay.
And we're not just talking about lying in everyday setting like, regular people. I'm talking about you have lied in a bunch of different court proceedings, right? Depositions, right?
Right.
And I'm not talking about depositions in our case. I'm talking about depositions in the Jermaine Dubose case, right?
Right.
Everybody got together, the lawyers for everybody, and put you under oath, didn't they?
Right.
Same oath you took today, right?
Right.
In front of the presence of the state attorneys. And you lied under oath, right?
Right.
You didn't care about the truth then, did you?
Oh, no.
You lied to detectives before, right?
Right.
You have lied to state attorneys before, right?
Right.
And even when they know that you lied in those depositions, right?
Right.
Put that aside and still let you testify against Jermaine Dubose, right?
Yeah, at the hearing, yes, ma'am.
It didn't matter to them that they knew that you had committed perjury, did it?
No.
And nothing prevents you from lying here today, does it? We just have to take your word for it, right? That's a question.
What was the question?
We just have to take your word for what you say today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Trying to grill him.
Now, I want to also go into issues of perjury, because you've gotten impasses on those as well, right? Perjury is lying under oath, correct?
Correct.
It's not just misdemeanors. That's not a misdemeanor charge, right?
Right.
If you lie, for example, in the investigation of a homicide, you could be charged with a first-degree felony, right? Or you don't know.
I don't know.
And that's because you've never been charged with perjury, right?
Right.
Even though they know you did it, right?
Right.
Over and over again, right?
Right.
I mean, it won't look too good to this jury if you've had like 4 or 5 perjury convictions, would it?
No.
And the only ones who decide whether you get charged with perjury or not are the state attorneys. And they chose not to do it, right?
Correct.
Now, kind of like Torgon Williams. That's a name that we've heard throughout this case, right? He is someone that was directly involved in the murder of Charles McCormick, correct?
Correct.
They haven't charged him with it, right?
Right.
He's been roaming free for the past 5 years, right? As far as you know.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Because you've been in jail for the past 5 years.
Right.
And you told them all about Torgon Williams' involvement and everything that he did back in 2020, right?
Right.
But they didn't take your word for it, because he was never arrested.
Yeah, it's sustained.
He was never arrested. He hasn't been arrested, has he?
No.
For the murder of Charles McCormick?
No.
So, going back to Jermaine Dubose. Jermaine Dubose, he is the one that killed your best friend, Christopher Bing, right?
He wasn't my best friend.
Christopher Bing was not your best friend?
No, ma'am.
Okay. But Dubose tried to kill you, right?
Right.
You were hanging out in an apartment complex, and he came out around a corner with an assault rifle and fired at you and your friend, right?
And what are the grounds? Yeah, I'm going to have to hear counsel's argument on this matter, so I'm going to.
Pull the side.
And in order for you to your phone record, and you got out, you used the court your best friend, Christopher Bing. You were the victim, and that, right?
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So in that case, you were the victim, right?
Right.
Someone tried to kill you, right? And that didn't matter to you, though. You lied anyway to the police, right?
Right.
Then you lied to all the lawyers, right?
Right.
You lied to the prosecutors, right?
Right.
Because you wanted him to go free so you could kill him yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's an example of you are using the court system to get what you want, right? You use the court system to try and exact revenge on Jermaine DuBose, right?
Correct.
And now you're using the court system again to get out of your murder cases, right? To not die in prison, right?
Right.
And in order to do that, you have to say Hakeem Robinson is a shooter, right?
To tell the truth.
The question and what you claim as your truth in this courtroom today is that Hakeem Robinson is the shooter, right?
Correct.
Okay, going now to Mark Clayton, right? He was your best friend, correct?
No.
He wasn't, you didn't consider him a brother?
He was a close friend.
Close friend of yours, right? And you were both arrested together.
Correct.
And in order for you to get probation, you decided to say it wasn't me, it was Mark Clayton, right?
Well, it was both of us.
I understand, but you, because of you, he ended up staying in jail, and you got out on probation, right?
Correct.
And I know Ms. Schlacks brought up that you were like, well, you know, I kind of told him I was going to recant, but this or that. You ended up fleeing to Las Vegas, right? With your girlfriend.
Right.
While you were on probation.
Right.
Okay, now let's talk about one of the murder cases. One of the names that I didn't mention that's in that Jermaine DuBose case, there's another co-defendant, right? His name's Shanard Cannon, right?
Right.
Now, he is a part of a group called 300, right?
Correct.
You are a part of 300, right?
Correct.
You're not a part of ATK.
No, ma'am.
You consider that group a brotherhood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That brotherhood also includes Blue, right?
No.
300 is not a part of Blue?
No.
I'll get back to that. Now, Blue has a bunch of children, right? How many of them do you know about?
I can't give you a specific number.
But it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And to be clear, Hakeem has nothing to do with 300, right?
No.
You and Hakeem Robinson weren't close at all, right?
At a point, we got close.
So if we get your phone records, there should be a bunch of phone calls between you guys, right?
Right.
Okay, so if we pull your phone records, there's going to be calls between you and Hakeem Robinson on that phone.
Possibly, yes, ma'am.
Possibly. Okay, if the calls happened and you guys were talking all the time, they'll be there, right?
Right.
Oh, but wait, we don't have your phone because it mysteriously disappeared after you got arrested, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But nothing stops them from getting your phone records, correct?
Right.
Now, we discussed already, P Money is part of the group called 6 Block, right?
Correct.
As Mr. Cooper already laid out, 6 Block does not like ATK, right?
Correct.
We got a crazy box art, blueberry, lemon, crumbles.
And
shit
as
like
it
that.
relates to the Rothamel murder that involves you, Blue, Chris Brown, and your girlfriend, Janera Smith, Hakeem Robinson is no way, shape, or form involved with that at all, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And we already spoke about the Willie Addison murder, right? That was a year before, correct? Of the killing of Charles McCormick.
Correct.
So that's 2019, right?
Right.
And we've already established Willie Addison is not biologically related to Hakeem Robinson, right?
Correct.
It's Blue's stepson, right?
Right.
One of the girls that he was dating, he just happened to basically start taking care of her son. It's not his, right?
Right.
So they're not related, Hakeem Robinson and Willie Addison.
No.
And in that car, Hakeem Robinson was not in that car, right? Of the shooting of Willie Addison.
No.
But Blue was shot, right?
Right.
Torgon Williams was shot multiple times, right?
Right.
And Kareem was shot in the head, right?
Right.
And other people in the car were shot, right?
Right.
Now, in that case, after the murder took place, right, you got shot, right?
Right.
And then you were able to leave the scene, right?
Right.
And Janera Smith came to help you, right?
Right.
And Blue also came to help you, right?
Right.
Blue actually gave you money, right?
Right.
And stuff you needed to get out of town, right?
Right.
And you and Janera, literally, with the bullet still in your leg, decided to leave town for months, right?
No, ma'am.
How long were you gone?
Less than a week.
Less than a week. Is that what Janera Smith is going to tell me?
Well, we booked the hotel for 5 days.
Right? And you went as far down south as where?
Melbourne.
Okay, all the way down there. And then you ran out of money, right?
Correct.
The money that Blue had given you.
Yeah.
So, in the McCormick case, Blue helps you get away from Barbara Buckley's house, right?
Correct.
Helps you get rid of your clothes, right?
Right.
Helps get rid of all this evidence, right?
Right.
And he also helped you in the McCormick case, right? Helped you and Chris Brown, though, right?
No.
He didn't, Chris Brown wasn't there? Oh, no, that's right. You actually assumed at one point that Chris Brown was dead, right?
Right.
But he ended up showing up and you realized he was alive.
Well, no. I had got word that he was still alive.
But Blue is the one that helped you then to get away, right?
Correct.
And then helped you again in Charles McCormick's case to get away, right?
Right.
And Janera Smith, too, that's kind of what she did in the Charles McCormick case, right?
No.
Okay, so Janera Smith, you were living with her at the time, right?
Right.
And in the McCormick case, you end up going back to your house at some point, right?
Right.
You're getting nervous because you realize someone saw your tattoo, right? Didn't you guys pack up your stuff and get ready to go in your car, right? To leave.
No.
Where were you going?
We was going to Family Dollar.
And then to do what after that?
Go back to our apartment.
To do what?
Cook.
So, you had just finished executing Charles McCormick, right? And what you were going to do that evening was go back and have a nice dinner with your girlfriend?
Correct.
Okay. But before you could get back home, JSO was on top of you guys, right?
Right.
You didn't get that far. You got pulled over, right?
Right.
But they accused Janera Smith of fleeing and eluding because she didn't stop the car, right?
Right.
You both got arrested that night.
Correct.
She arrested for fleeing and eluding, and you got arrested. They beat you that night, right?
Correct.
They put a gun in the back of Janera Smith, didn't they? Told her to stop screaming when they were beating you, right?
I don't know.
But she was let go that night because she was only charged with fleeing and eluding, correct?
She got released the next day.
Next day. But you remained in custody.
Correct.
And so, before she was out for the whole 9 months before Hakeem Robinson got arrested, right?
Correct.
Because she was arrested the same day or around the same time Hakeem Robinson was, because that's when you decided to implicate her in the Rothamel case, right?
Right.
And you had been talking to her on the phone while you were in jail, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, if anything, she had access to the internet, right? Everything that was going on with the case, and she was talking to you, correct?
Correct.
Now, eventually, when you flee with Janera on the Rothamel case, you gotta come back, you ran out of money, right? And you had to get some work on your knee, is that right? It was starting to bother you.
Right.
And did they pull, when you went to the hospital, they pulled the bullet out of your leg, right?
Correct.
Now, Janera knew that you were involved with that case, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She knew that you had been involved in the murder of Mr. Rothamel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she never came forward, did she?
No.
In fact, when you went to the hospital, isn't it true that police were called out there because you had a bullet in your leg, right?
Correct.
And anytime anyone has a bullet wound, it's mandatory, they have to call the police, right? And you lied to the detectives about how you got shot, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You told them about you were in Lake City and some fight broke out and you got shot, correct?
Correct.
And Janera Smith told that lie for you as well, didn't she?
Yes, ma'am.
The both of you came together with a little plot to come up with this story to tell law enforcement so that you would not get caught, right?
Right.
And she went
Yeah, she
along with
tried
your
to
plan.
portray him as somebody
Didn't
who
she?
lied to get his way.
Isn't it true that you threatened Gennaro?
Threatened her.
You threatened her about whether or not she should come forward.
I don't recall.
No or yes?
I don't recall threatening her
Okay.
to come forward.
No, to not come forward. Like, don't snitch on me and Blue.
I never told her that.
But what would happen to her if she snitched on you or Blue?
Yeah, I'm going to sustain.
Okay, and so let's now go into the details of the murder of Charles McCormick. You did not know Charles McCormick, right? He was a stranger to you before this song was released.
Well, he's somebody that I knew of.
Pardon me?
I knew of him.
You knew of him, but you weren't friends.
No.
You didn't hang out together, right?
No.
And then he released that song that we just listened to, right?
Right.
And we discussed already that Charles McCormick is part of the same group as P Money, the one that Blue hates, right?
Yeah.
Now, you would agree with me in this day and age, where you are a little older than everybody else, but things are a little different nowadays. You'd agree with me in the music industry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Before, we wouldn't be able to just put out a song. You'd have to get signed by a record label, right? Nobody had access to the internet. There was no internet. If you didn't get signed to a record label, then your music doesn't make it on the radio and no one hears it, right?
Right.
But nowadays, if you create a song, if you want, you could create a YouTube page and just put it out there, right?
Right.
And you would agree with me, like YouTube, for example. If a song goes viral and people start watching and clicking and viewing, that's how people make their money, right?
Right.
And so you don't really need a record label anymore. You could try to do it on your own and hope that people, start watching and listening to your music, right?
Correct.
And you testified on direct that there's something called diss tracks, right? Where people sing about things that may, other people may find distasteful, but disrespectful to other groups, right?
Right.
But you'd agree with me that when you do something so shocking like that, like sing a song about shooting someone else, you're probably going to get more clicks and views, right?
Maybe.
And Charles McCormick did just that, right?
Right.
He sang, and we heard some lyrics that he sang about discussing the murder of Willie Addison, right?
Correct.
What was the clip that was played? Something about blowing out Willie Addison's head? Was that what it was? You remember the lyric that we listened to?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Said he was smoking Willie.
He said he smoked Willie. So he's putting out into the music industry that he killed Willie Addison, right?
No.
So what
Said
does
he's-
smoking on Willie mean?
He's just he dissing the deceased person, saying he's smoking on him. He's not saying he physically killed him though.
Okay, but didn't he say things in that song about that murder that he knew nothing about, right?
Right.
Okay. So he's singing about an incident that was highly covered on the media here in Jacksonville, right? The shooting of Willie Addison was a big thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even Blue went on the news when that happened, saying how frustrated he was with JSO and why no one had been caught, right?
I don't know.
But there's no question Charles McCormick had nothing to do with that, but he still put a song about that very popular incident, right?
Right.
And it's probably because he wanted to get people to listen to the song, right?
Right.
And you did not like that. It angered you so much that you decided that you wanted to take his life, right?
Right.
Someone that you had never met before, right? In person.
In person, right.
He didn't disrespect Hakeem Robinson in that song, did he? He didn't say Ksoo's name in that song?
No.
He didn't mention anything about Hakeem, right?
No.
That's because Hakeem was not in the car in that shooting, right?
Right.
He disrespected Blue's son, That's who he disrespected, right?
Right.
And you were super close to Blue, right? Blue was like a father figure to you growing up, wasn't he?
No.
You wouldn't say that?
No.
He wasn't around? You didn't know him from you were a child?
Yeah, he wasn't a father figure though.
You trying to cook.
Because he was what?
Look at that
Gone
old
for quite
40.
some
I
time?
ain't gonna go too
Yeah.
long into this.
So there was a period of time in Jacksonville that he was not around.
Right.
He was your father's best friend though, right? Before he passed away?
No.
He was not.
No.
Your father was
Make a
murdered,
part
right?
two.
Right.
Now, aren't there certain times that Blue would give you a place to live?
Yeah.
He had a trailer, didn't he?
Right.
Where he'd let you live, right?
Right.
You, Chris
I
Brown,
stopped
right?
for like 2 hours.
No.
Fuck.
Chris Brown was never there?
He was there. He didn't stay there.
Okay. Janera Smith has spent the night there too, right?
Right.
Now, weeks before the murder, we talked about you looked up Charles McCormick's address on Core, right?
Correct.
You're saying that, and you testified on direct that this took place in December, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we can't figure out you can't remember which day it was, right?
Right.
You're aware that Hakeem Robinson was in California for most of December, right? If he knows.
If he has personal information, if not, then it would be sustained.
Were you aware of that?
No.
Of December was, right?
Right.
You're aware that Hakeem Robinson was in California for most of December, right? If he knows.
If he has personal information, if not, then it would be sustained.
Were you aware of that?
No.
However, if you all were together and communicating here in Duval County, there should be records of that on the phone, right?
Correct.
Went over that. Going through, so go over things I've gone already, Judge. Okay, now you say that when you got this information, there's two people you sent it to, right? You sent it to Kareem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you sent it to Chris Brown too, right?
Right.
He shared the same desire that you did to kill Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
So much so that you and Chris Brown, on your own, the two of you, go out to stalk Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
Now, on the day of the murder, when you guys had done that in the middle of the night to go to his apartment, you and Chris Brown alone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You are now placing Chris Brown at the scene of the murder, aren't you? On the day of.
Not the scene of the murder.
Okay, well, you're placing him around the victim's home, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if anything and they look up his phone records, he's going to be pinging there, right?
Right.
And at this time, you were taking drugs, right?
Right.
You were smoking weed and doing Molly, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you claim after you and Chris Brown go and do that, you come back to your apartment, right?
Correct.
No sleep, still awake,
Right.
and at 4 a.m. you say Kareem comes to pick you up. Kareem comes to pick you up, right?
Well, I called him at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You called him at 4 a.m., said, let's do this, right?
Right.
But you called Kareem. You didn't call Hakeem Robinson, right?
No.
You didn't call Leroy Whittaker, right?
Right.
Now, you jump in the car, you have your firearm, right?
Right.
You Glock 22, 23?
Correct.
You're not supposed to have that gun, right?
Right.
Where'd that gun come from? You didn't buy it.
No.
Where'd it come from?
I traded it
Traded what for what?
for a Glock 19.
Okay, so how many guns did you have at that time in your house?
I can't recall.
Was it more than one?
Yes, ma'am.
Multiple firearms that you were not allowed to have, right?
Right.
So then you go and you say that you go to a different location, and your testimony was that you guys were originally in a Dodge Journey. Now, on direct examination, you said that that's Hakeem's car, right?
Yeah.
That's Kareem's car, right?
Well, to my knowledge, it was Hakeem's car.
When you say to your knowledge, what made you believe that the car belonged to Hakeem?
You keep a rental car.
Okay, he keeps a rental car. How many different rental cars have you seen him with?
A bunch.
A bunch. You don't know if he rented that car, right?
He never rented it himself.
So it's not his car. Whoever rented it, it's theirs, right?
Right.
And it's Kareem's car. But today you're saying it's Hakeem's, right? But you don't really know who rented the car, correct?
Well, he tell me his mama rents the cars.
He says that his mom rents cars. Did he say his mother rented a Dodge Journey for him and that this was this car?
No.
Okay, you're just guessing and assuming, right? When you say a statement like that, you assumed that the Dodge Journey was his, right?
Right.
So then you claim that you then go to another location and pick up the Nissan Altima, right?
Right.
Now, it's your testimony today that that's the first time that you'd ever seen that car?
No.
Oh, it's not, right?
No.
You've seen that car before, right?
Right.
That car you guys have been using for 2 months, right?
I don't know the exact number of months.
But it's been a while, and you guys have been in and out of that car, right?
Right.
That car has been at your apartment before, hasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you all say you jump in that car. It's still now early. You've been awake all night on Molly and weed, right?
All she gotta do is prove
And
beyond a reasonable
But
doubt.
you're able to clearly testify about all these details today, though, right?
Right.
So you then go, you get to the location, and you're all sitting in your cars, right? I mean, in the Nissan, correct? And once again, Chris Bound pops up, doesn't he?
When?
When you guys return with the Nissan. Right before the murder, your testimony is that Chris Brown was there, right?
Yeah, at McCormick's residence, yeah.
At McCormick's residence. So Chris Brown's phone will be pinging there, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Someone else was there too, Torrigon Williams, right?
Right.
Kareem was there too, right?
Right.
Okay. And Kareem and Torrigon basically did the exact same thing, correct? It's in terms of their involvement in this murder, right?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Their level of involvement is the same. Torrigon Williams and Kareem. If it's not, let me know. Do you think one is
And then-
more involved than the other?
Oh, you saying them together?
Yes, Kareem and Torrigon, like they're
Yeah.
kind of on the same,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did the same thing, right?
Right.
But Kareem got arrested and Torrigon didn't.
Correct.
So you're sitting there now for 3 to 4 hours, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You got your phone on you?
No.
You don't have your phone on you? You left your phone? Did you have your phone when you went into Barbara Buckley's house?
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
Okay.
I think you saying here today.
Oh, no, I know you don't have a phone here today.
Oh,
On the day of the murder,
yeah.
you had your phone with you, right? You guys are sitting in the car for 3 to 4 hours waiting, stalking Charles McCormick, waiting for him to come out, right?
Correct.
You've got your phone, right?
Right.
You're all up on your phone doing things?
Yeah.
Leroy Whitaker in the back all up on his phone doing things?
I can't recall.
You can't recall if he was on his phone.
He was doing things on his phone.
Was he on his phone?
I can't recall.
Okay. Hakeem Robinson on his phone?
I don't remember.
What his phone look like? Hakeem?
He had an iPhone.
An iPhone. What color?
I don't remember.
What did it have a case?
Yeah.
Okay, what color was the case?
It was clear. It was a clear case.
Clear case, so you could see through the back to what was the color of the iPhone then? Because you can get white, silver, black, what was it?
Can't remember.
Can't remember. Don't know what was on the screen of that, right? Can't remember. Did he have more than one phone?
Don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. Now,
Basically gonna
you
say that
claim
he's
that at
he's
some
trying to
point,
discredit him
and
as a
we've heard about
witness.
this before, and you've testified about this before, where you claim that Abdul and Kareem had called Hakeem to say that they were in the area, right?
Abdul and Kareem.
I'm sorry, I have it as Abdul Jr. / Kareem, so let's just keep it as Kareem, because that's the same person, right? Kareem, you testified to before, called Hakeem, Kareem called Hakeem to say that they were in the area, right? That phone call never happened?
Hakeem called Kareem.
Okay, so now your testimony is that Hakeem called Kareem, right?
Yeah.
So that should be on Kareem's cell phone records, right?
Should be on Hakeem's cell.
Should be in Hakeem's cell phone records, right?
Yeah, he called.
He called. So, well, when you call on one and someone receives it, it's going to be on each person's phone records, right?
All right.
Now, I want to talk about something that you testified to today for the first time, and I want the jury.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain, just ask the question without commentary.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you testify on direct that you witnessed a phone call between Raekwon Howard and Dominique Barnell? When Mr. Cooper was asking you questions, right?
Yeah.
He asked you, did you see Hakeem Robinson make a phone call to Raekwon Howard while you guys were in the parking lot?
Correct.
And you said yes, right?
Right.
Now, in this case, you sat just for us 3 separate depositions, right?
Right.
And these depositions weren't short, were they?
No.
You were deposed by all of the attorneys for over 9 hours, right?
I don't know the exact hours.
But it was on 3 separate occasions,
Right.
and we had to actually break it up into 3 because each day we went till 5, right? And we ran out of time.
Right.
Each attorney for each defendant painstakingly went through very detailed questions, right? Step by step about what happened, right?
Right.
And you never once mentioned in any one of those depositions to any of us in the presence of Joel Cooper that you saw a call from Raekwon Howard on Hakeem Robinson's phone. Did you?
Well, they already knew that.
Say what now?
They already knew that.
Okay, they know that from Raekwon Howard. I'm talking about you. When we are sitting down and asking you questions, you told us so many details about every single thing that you did, right? You even remembered this phone call from Hakeem to Kareem, right?
Right.
And we would ask you questions. What happened next, right?
Right.
Miss Slacks at one point even had to say to you, Mr. Barno, I don't want a situation to show up where we are in a courtroom in front of 2 juries and you say something we've never heard before, right?
Right.
And the first time that any of us have ever heard from your mouth that you witnessed a call from Raekwon Howard to Hakeem Robinson was today, right? You've said it before?
Yeah.
Where?
I told the state.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let's talk about that. You told the state when I wasn't there, right?
Correct.
You told the state when Mr. DeCoste was not there, right?
Right.
When you told them?
I don't remember the exact date.
Did you recently meet with the state attorneys in preparation for your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did you meet with them?
All right, let me see court report on counsel at sidebar.
He trying to shut down anything she trying to ask. I know I'm gonna have to go to part 2 in a minute. But it's an hour and 50 minutes. We gonna leave it at that, man. Y'all wanna see the rest of it, y'all gonna have to watch part 2. I am gonna react to the second part though.